Hi, I'm Christian Jacob, and we are at Nightbird Studios, and you're watching Studio Sessions.
No one warned us. No one said you were going to lose both engines at a lower altitude than any jet in history. This was dual engine loss at 2,800 feet, followed by an immediate water landing with 155 souls on board. No one has ever trained for an incident like that.
Our job is to investigate how a plane ended up in the Hudson River.
On the Hudson.
It's not a crash, it was a forced water landing.
Simulations showed that you could make it back to the airport.
Not possible. I felt it go. My aircraft.
Your aircraft.
I want you to know I did the best I could.
Of course you did. You saved everyone.
People call you a hero.
I don't feel like a hero.
I was 4 years old, really, when I showed some interest in the piano we had, you know, the little upright piano we had, and so I was kind of playing, and suddenly my mother recognized the melody that I was trying, from the radio, that I was trying to reproduce. So that was there. I had my first lesson very soon after, and I basically worked very hard since that day. The band, so the Tierney Sutton band has started about 23 years ago. And we had, you know, before that, Trey Henry and the bass player and Ray Brinker, the drummer, and I played together in the Maynard Ferguson big band in the early 90s. And so we knew each other. And Tierney Sutton came back from Boston, where she was, so about in the early 2000s, and then we met all together about that time. Actually, you know, it was before 2000, obviously. She had 23. You know, my math is like, but I know it was over 20 years ago. It was about 23 years ago. And then we met, I remember we were playing with Jack Sheldon, big band, and then suddenly she was asked to sing a song, and we were like, who's that singer? She was unbelievable, like a jazz singer, really, that musician, you know, who could really improvise, and right away we were all very interested by what she was doing, and as I understand, vice versa. She was right. What's this rhythm section? Very interesting. And so we ended up recording a first CD together that she had like a contract from. I forget if it was Norway or one of the Nordic countries, something like that. That was the very first CD, which was called Introducing Tierney Sutton, and that's the very first CD where we were all together. And then since we did like 10 albums together, where we concentrated on the American songbook and bring out like very interesting arrangements. Like our approach has always been of being collaborative, and so there was not really one arranger for the band, but we were all kind of going in. I was bringing arrangement at first, and then we were changing it on the go and say, okay, well, let's do it, and then it has become the way of the band. Clint was a fan of the Tierney Sutton band for I think about 10 years, and we learned that, and then he hired us like quite a few times. I think we had like about 6-7 years ago we were hired in Carmel, where Clint lives, and then we did see him come at some of our of our gigs. We were playing, and then suddenly playing at Catalina, and then he was in the room, and even coming back the next day. So it was really, anyway, being a fan, he suddenly we got a call, and he told us, well, could you come and I want to show you something. So at the Warner Brothers studio, Tierney and I went to the studio not knowing exactly what was in his mind, but we knew it was a viewing, and it was the viewing of Sully, not finished, you know, still having some drawings instead of the final cuts. And then we noticed there was some of the music, the temp music in there was cuts from some of our CD. One was from my own personal latest solo CD, and then some of Tierney singing a cappella and things like that. So, wow! And I remember Tierney and I looking at each other. We really loved the movie, one thing, and then thinking, oh, probably maybe he want to ask us to. You know, if we can use that music, we were not really sure. But at the end of the viewing, he said, "Well, how would you be interested in scoring the movie, in making the music for the movie?" So, wow, we were really excited, and he wanted to have the approach that we had in the band, which was a collaboration, and he was very much involved in that collaboration. So after that first viewing, personally, I had right away an idea in my head. I remember 3 or 5 minutes into the movie, and I had a little musical idea. I saw the character of Sully, and I had that little motif in my head that said, "Oh, that kind of goes," and it really, I can figure out a theme from that very quickly. And so by the end of the viewing, I actually told Clint, I said, "Well, actually, I heard a little something. I have an idea for. I have to work on it, but I kind of have an idea, and I'd love to show it to you if it's okay." And he said, "Well, great, I have an idea too." So we ended up meeting the next day, and in front of the piano, and then I played him my idea, and he played me his. So it was a theme, a great theme, and so we ended up. He on mine, he said, "Well, I'm glad we're on the same page." So showing me he was happy with my theme, and he was very humble about his, because he even said, "You don't have to use it." So he was really the trust that we felt right away was unbelievable. That we really had the total control of the score. I actually wrote another theme later, actually 2 other ones. Another one which is more of a vindication theme, and then another one who was more like a stress series of chords where we could improvise around, so Clint's theme has been used. Tierney wrote some lyrics on it, and you can hear that song at the end of the movie in the credits. We had my original theme was just instrumental, and you hear this theme mostly in the movie and a lot in the beginning. There's a lot of piano solo takes of it, a little improvisation on it. Clint really loves piano, and so having the piano sound about the character of Sully, I think was really perfect. And And so, well, yeah, there's a lot of other. The Vindication kind of got a little cut, as well as the stress. So, I mean, music, the score has not about a total of 25 minutes of underscoring, which is not too much, but I hear it's more than usual. On Clint's movie usually has very little underscore. So what was interesting is so the Tierney Sutton Band, we were just working on a new CD, our new CD, which is on the music of Sting. So which was like a departure from us, from the American Songbook. We were, after so many CDs, so we pushed it. The bass player, Trey Henry, really produced it, and so he, in this case, really brought a lot of ideas for that new CD, and we kind of worked all together as we usually do, but in this case, most of the credit goes to him, and that CD. We ended up was about to come out, about the same time. So of course we said, oh, let's bring it out the same day as Sully comes out. So it came out last September 9, and then now there's the soundtrack CD coming out in a couple of weeks. Where you'll find all the music of Sully, like even the ones that has been cut on the floor, all the different cues that we had. I had written like a 10-minute suite, orchestral, with like all the different themes that we use, so I kind of put them together into a suite, and so the soundtrack CD will open with that, and then you'll have all the little, and you'll have the 2 songs with lyrics, and so that comes out. I think it should be out audio only right now, but and it's with the company Varese Saraband. Well, I'm a Facebook on Christian Jacob music page. I have just joined Twitter a couple days ago. Yes. I kind of was trying not to, but all right, I'll try to be good with Twitter. I don't know, I'm learning. Hi, my name is Christian Jacob, and you just got buzzed.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye.